Hey everybody, so I am going to be trying my best to film this, but I wanted to go ahead and do a video on how to possibly get the, uh, alright, I might as well put it right there. So I'm going to now show you how you can get the original Turok 2 Seeds of Evil by Acclaim. I'm sure there was a company who made it also, but it's clearly on the front. That's what I would go by because it's a Acclaim Entertainment. Um, this was a game that was meant for PC wise. It was for Windows 95 or 98 SE. Second edition. And for okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous, not used to doing stuff like this, but it has one up to 16 players, which I wouldn't even imagine what the original online was like for this game. In fact, I don't think anyone has ever updated this online thing, but it's all about the single player game for now. Now, if you know this game pretty well, you probably played it on Nintendo 64, obviously. And if you can see down there, that's the system requirements. The game, although, needs a 3D accelerator card, kind of like 3DFX Voodoo 2. I could be wrong about some of the stuff, but I heard that there was a 2 and 3. But you may not need to use an older computer, like too old after all, because most people probably may know that there's a software that you can download. I am running a Windows XP computer on real hardware. So, okay, sorry, the camera is very shaky and I'm not sure if this will go out well. So, we will go to all programs, and we're gonna go straight to where N is, if I can see. N glide. I have to be very careful. Ooh, almost went out of it. So, I'm not sure if this fixed it somehow, because I was looking at this before and I already had the game installed, but I happened to, I don't know if I installed it too early or too late, but this is the settings that I have Turok put to on an XP computer. And I would say this right now, if you want to know that your game will work well at the efficiency, no, I can't say that word, you'll be confident enough the game will work fine, turn on the 3DFX logo splash screen just for extra confidence that the game runs properly. InGlide 2.10 configurator. I'm sure this can work on any XP, either home or professional. And the game may work fine on systems before and after XP, but I don't know if the game will work well on Windows 8 or 10 or 11, but maybe Windows Vista and Windows 7, I don't know. But if you have this software, you can configure the settings easier, but this is not the only thing you really need. I'm just showing you by the resolution. I set mine to 1024 by 768, and everything is probably here by default, but yeah, let's go ahead and go out of it if I can see. Alright, now we're gonna have to go to my computer for this. Now, we're not gonna go there, obviously. We're gonna go to the C drive. Go to games, because I have it in here actually. Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, which I named the folder that, so I won't get confused. And we have a few things. You may think this is just typical data files for the game to run, but there's a little bit of a huge difference. Now, video D 3D was probably already in there, and I would show you the steps on what you should do about installing this game, but it's already here. But I guess I will tell you anyway. If you see this folder right here called High Res, in the installation shield wizard, you will have to choose the custom install in order to get the high res, because last time I installed this, which was a week ago, I chose the high res graphics. It was 34.0 megabytes, and I was thinking, I guess that would fix it, since InGlide is always trying to make everything look better, and somehow it did. But this time I did not install the indeo Direct Show by Intel, and I did not install the Microsoft text to speech engine that was bundled with the game. It seems all these Acclaim Entertainment games were bundled with bloat that can't be used anymore. I wouldn't mind using those, but they don't work anymore. Now, this is not what I'm talking about here. This was already here, I think, but this right here, though, is what you would need to get the music to work. I would link the things in the description, but if I do, I'll just link to the PC Gaming wiki for what you need to read on it. This is a DLL file that can fix the CD music. Just place it in here. Or if you're someone like me who has to have everything to work at all times and extra confidence, you can add this file into the game's directory too if you want to. But I assume this right here was probably already in the game's installation once finished, but at the same time, I don't remember though. So, but there's one more thing, and I almost forgot. turok 2e.exe. You will have to download that from the InGlide website, which lists a series of patched applications related to these games. That means if you were going to use the original launcher, I mean, it could be okay, but in some cases you may not want to try that. But try this, and I think once you open it, it already patched to 104. But if you see this, officially if you're run on Windows 2000 or XP, just click Run, and it will show this up. Okay, you heard that. So, before you start the game, you may need to go here, and you can set the controls, obviously, and audio. That's always necessary, but the video is more important. So here we have this. I would recommend you to not touch this because I don't know why, but it may have been fixed all this time when I installed InGlide, but I didn't know any better. So I reinstalled the game, put this in here, and I did not open the original launcher, and it was probably because I had to restart my computer at some point, but I don't know. But yes, do not touch this. It's a virtual. No. It's a digital 3D Effects Interactive Voodoo 5. Oh, I didn't know that. But yes, it's a Glide 3.10 and so on. You can see everything. I hope you can. Here's the settings I put it on. I think this right here was already checked, and this right here probably needs to be checked if you installed the high-res graphic cool textures. Now for the very properties, but you don't entirely need to touch this. I need to make, okay. The resolution is 1024 by 768, 60 hertz, I think. Unless if you want to keep it that way, that's fine. I think I checked that. I don't know. Also, if you may want to do this, you can test to see if the resolution is good enough. It's hard to explain, but it was a triangle 3D model. If you press the test button, it will load up with a example of a polygon triangle or something. It will show up, and if it's kind of off, you can change the resolution. Yeah. But otherwise, do not touch any of this, because I think it might mess it up, because InGlide has already fixed it for you. Let's just go ahead and cancel so I don't mess anything up. We're going to go back, and we're going to start the game. Also, yes, if the 3D Effects logo shows, that means it might work. That depends way too much, though. But oh, sorry, I can't talk while noises are on. But to show you how cool and impressive this looks, let's watch this. Now, before the whole thing was fixed, it would not look this smooth and clear. Let's show you an example. Just an example, it flickers rapidly, and I assume that's because the hole in. Okay, don't tell me why that does that. I did not do that, but yes, if you play this the first time without knowing what to do, it will flicker very rapidly, and I used to have bad seizures when I was younger, so would not recommend installing it unless if you want to learn how to fix it. But in reality, I didn't even know how I fixed it, but I guess I had a explanation that it fixed itself after a reinstall. And yeah, the game runs well, but there's only one downside. Be sure to save a lot, because sometimes it may still crash by pure random, but at least it played a lot more longer than the previous times I was testing this, so pretty cool regardless. If you don't like the Night Dive Studios version, I would recommend experimenting with this PC version. I would recommend just getting it from the original discs, like buy it on eBay or some shit, or somehow find a copy of it online that's the original data and everything. It's hard to find online, but if you find on eBay you want to test this, I hope this works for you. Again, I will leave a link and the InGlide website in the description. PC Gaming Wiki about this one, and
You must save the totem, Turok.
and the InGlide. So I hope this helps. And one more thing, I should have mentioned this from the very start. I can't show you. Okay, I'm glad I didn't stop the video here. So you saw me turn the game off. So it did not do it itself. This just happens. I'm not entirely sure why it happens, but none of my data is lost. I hope not, but this happens sometimes after exiting the very game. I'm not sure why. I can't show you the graphics card I'm using, but I can explain it. It would take too long, and I'm afraid the video will stop on me anyway. It's already 17 minutes, but I'm okay. Okay, sorry. I'm nervous here. I'm using a Dell Optiplex 790 series model. That means you will need a Nvidia EVGA GeForce GT 7 furry model, which is the ones that have a smaller bracket that can fit in a computer this tiny. And if it wasn't for the fact that I lost my previous XP, I would have gotten a better one. But I would try. I mean, I would recommend more on the AMD Radeon ATI cards, but I just heard that they're kind of more better with older games, but I'm not sure at the same time. Nvidia and AMD are, in my point of view, currently very identical. As long as it provides good looking graphics on old and new games, that's all what matters, and less crashes would perform itself, and you can enjoy your games better too in OpenGL and Direct 3D. If you have any issues with this, please let me know. I'm currently going through a situation. Okay, I have to stop the video now, so hope you enjoyed. Bye.